Little Dave. Was this a hit? What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Last night, Gunner and I were on the game. We were gaming. I was tired. I got off the game, and about 30 minutes later, maybe, Gunner calls me, and he's like, "Hey, somebody reached out, and something might have happened tonight." And so we discussed what it was, and we had the news reports, and I'll put it in this video. The name was misspelled, but the gist of the information that we received was this: Little Dave, former president period, I believe, of the Mongols, he was involved in an altercation at a restaurant or bar in Pasadena, California. And whatever happened, someone was cut across the throat or neck with a box cutter, and Little Dave was allegedly arrested for it. Now, immediately it went to that this was possibly a hit, and I can't verify that whatsoever. All I know is supposedly he was at a bar, and here's the thing: Gunner and I didn't put any video out last night because we want to be careful that what we are putting out is factual. And so I said, his name is kind of big. There would have probably been some kind of podcast, or someone in the media would have jumped all over that. Little Dave and his standings, that he got put out bad from his club because of statements with his wife that his wife put out, and he's still with his wife. It's a big old thing, man. Everybody remembers he went and he talked to Gunner and Rojo and them first, and then took that down because he went to American Cholo, and then he did the American Cholo thing, and then it was a big thing. Okay. And so we did find that there is a channel on YouTube that is tapped in with the biker world, the biker community. And he did do a video on it. According to him, I can't remember the name. He used to go by a different name. He changed his content. He changed his name. So I don't know. I don't remember the name of his channel. But according to what he had to say, the altercation was actually a melee inside of a bar or a restaurant. Who knows? I don't know what sports bar. I don't know what it was, right? And that it was allegedly involving up to 15 people. So I would assume that Little Dave was probably with his wife and maybe a couple friends, because he did still have friends. And I don't know who approached him. I find it extremely, extremely hard to believe that it was anybody from his old club. I find that hard to believe. I think if it had been anybody from his old club, the outcome would have been completely different. So this could have been, it could have been people recognizing him and, as they say, testing his gangster. And if so, apparently, according to what little news is out now, they found out. The injuries were non-life threatening. The victim was treated and released from the hospital, from what I was able to gather. But treated and released doesn't matter to the DA. Little Dave is not new to the court system. He was the face for his old club in the federal cases that were thrown after him. I think it was a few of them that he held the the reins to the club and got through all those. So, you know, but this is a different animal. This is a state case, and I don't know what it's gonna come out. You know, there's gonna be two versions that come out. Of course, I've talked about this before in other cases. You know, Dave is going to hire an attorney. I don't know where he's, like, financially where he's at. So I don't know how great of an attorney he's going to be able to afford. I would assume that with his background, he's going to need a high-powered attorney, because whatever DA is assigned this case, this is one of those cases where, because of the name Little Dave, and even though he's out bad from his old club, it's still a feather in that DA's cap. It is still something to build a career off of, being the one where the feds couldn't do it, so watch me do it. One of those type deals, right? So Little Dave, if you really are charged with what they're saying, attempted murder carries a life sentence, a possible life sentence. It's up to the DA. And this is where things will come into play. You know, he was looked at as if he had, if I don't want to say cooperated with the Fed that was in charge of the Mongols, investigating the Mongols, but we all know what he said, that agent was about to retire, so he no longer had a free pass. That's pretty strange, right? So he said he never cooperated, he never did anything, but supposedly there were private dinners. You know, a lot of stuff came out. And then a judge said that Little Dave was never a cooperator. But a judge can't out a source. So this would be one of those things where this is a state case, and the state, again, you can get an attorney, a district attorney that's really overzealous, has plans for big money, and some things may come out that Little Dave never thought would. And will it help him or will it hurt him? I would think it would hurt him. Personally, I would think it would hurt him. Like if you're working, and this, I'm not saying this has ever been the case, but if you have somebody working for the feds and they're doing crimes, the feds kind of take offense to that. Like, you made them look bad. So, while this is one of those cases where it may turn out to be self-defense, it still could be a bad look. And that could be very bad news for Little Dave. So as of right now, there's not much to go on other than allegedly it was Little Dave, and he was at a bar or sports bar or restaurant with some friends. Maybe his lady was there and some friends. Somebody got into an altercation. I would assume it had something to do with somebody probably making a comment about, ain't you this or that, and it escalated, and next thing you know, somebody got cut, and someone with the name very similar, they misspelled the last name, but as I said, the YouTuber that put out the video, I will try to look it up and at least put the name of the channel so you guys can see for yourself what he has to say. But he is tapped in with the biker world, the biker community, the motorcycle world, and the fact that he did a video on it, I felt like, okay, I can put something out there. And I know not everybody that watches my channel's into the motorcycle world, and you know, but this could turn out to be a pretty big case, man. It'll have us all interested. So that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out.